The preseason watch list for the Buck Buchanan Award was, the announcement was made, and I'm going to tell you about a player who I think was snubbed from the list and has a really, really good chance of winning the award in 2022. Let's talk about it right after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, the list of the preseason watch list for the Buck Buchanan Award has been announced. And if you don't know, for the last 2 years, the winner of the Buck Buchanan Award has come from the SWAC. Back in 2020, Jordan Lewis, who led the nation in sacks that year, won the award. He's back at Southern. The last two Buck Buchanan Award winners are actually still at their schools. And last year, 2021, Isaiah Land also led the country in sacks, had 19, and he also led the country in tackles for loss. And he was the recipient of the 2021 Buck Buchanan Award, and he is back at FAMU. But outside of those two winners, the SWAC had never won the Buck Buchanan Award before. Now, Rashawn Mathis won it back in, let me tell you the exact year he won it and why that is important, because he won it at Bethune-Cookman, I think back in 2002. Let me make sure I'm telling you this right. Yes, Rashawn Mathis won it from Bethune-Cookman back in 2002, but of course, in 2002, Bethune-Cookman was a part of the MEAC and not the SWAC. Now, technically, that counts as a SWAC win, technically, because Bethune-Cookman is a SWAC school now, but at the time, they weren't, and so therefore the SWAC had never won one until Jordan Lewis won it in 2020. But they've won the last two: Jordan Lewis in 2020, Isaiah Land in 2021, and they have a really, really good shot of winning it in 2022. Obviously, because Lewis and Land are both back at their respective schools, Southern and FAMU respectively, but also because there is a name that I think was snubbed from the list. Now, let me go ahead from the watch list, that is. Let me go ahead and show you the watch list ahead of the 2022 season. And I really want to specifically talk about the linebackers. You got Mr. Kalechi, Mr. Adam Bach, Mr. Cullavier from Northern Iowa, Jacob Dobbs from Holy Cross, John Ford from UT Martin, Ryan Greenhagen from Fordham, Matthew Jackson from Eastern Kentucky, a guy from North Dakota State, of course, Mr. James Kazor, Isaiah Land right there, the reigning 2021 Buck Buchanan Award recipient, Patrick O'Neill from Montana, Stone Snyder, and Tristan Wheeler. But one name that isn't included in this linebacker category is Aubrey Miller from Jackson State. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I feel like Aubrey got snubbed. Besides the fact that he led JSU, who were the SWAC champions, who were a top 25 FCS team by the end of the season. He had 6.5 sacks, over 100 total tackles, and 11.5 tackles for loss. So I think that man can up those numbers. 1, 2, they're going to have crazy team success. Now, I know this is an individual award, but at the time, the individuals who won these awards have also had some pretty good team success. FAMU going to the playoff last year, Southern so you mix the great numbers. Isaiah Land, then let's just use him because he's the most recent winner. 19.5 sacks, over 20 tackles for loss. Let me tell you the exact number of tackles for loss Isaiah actually had. That way I'm not just shortchanging him, because he was well deserving of the award last year. Let's see. He led the country, and so yeah, over 20 tackles for loss, 19 sacks, over 19 sacks in last year. But also throughout the history of the Buck Buchanan Award, let me go ahead and show you that the linebackers have won the award the most. They have 14 recipients from the linebacker position, 11 from the defensive end, and third place thing is defensive back. 11 defensive end, 1 defensive tackle, 1 corner, and 14 from linebacker, 11 from defensive end. So therefore they're lenient. They show a lot of love to the linebacker position. as far as this award is concerned. And I think Aubrey Miller is setting himself up for a special season. One, the JSU team we know is jam-packed full of talent. Two, he is the unquestionable leader on that team, right? As far as the defense goes, anyway. I think at his position, they're going to ask a lot of him because he's one of the few returning starters that, like, every down starters. You got him, you got Nugget. Shiloh, I'm not sure is going to be ready for the start of the season. Obviously, Travis is there, but he's a freshman, and you expect him to he's supremely talented, but you expect him to make some freshman mistakes. And Aubrey's going to be in on a whole lot of tackles because I think that defensive front unit is improved. Right? I think that being improved will allow Aubrey to roam free and make some plays in the backfield. Also, he is a great blitzing linebacker. The 6.5 sacks let you know how great he is at blitzing, not to mention a number of times. We're talking 11.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. He's great, really, really great at blitzing. And he was able to put up those numbers. You guys know he played, some of the season last year with a club. So he was able to make plays like that with the club. The club is gone. He's back for another year in Coach Thurman's defense. I think Aubrey Miller is a guy who was snubbed from the watch list, and he is a guy by the end of the season will be a finalist for the Buck Buchannan Award and could potentially win the whole thing. Don't get me wrong. Jordan Lewis is Southern. Jason Dumas is Southern. And, of course, the reigning Buck Buchanan Award winner, Isaiah Lane at FAMU, are going to have a lot to say about who wins the award. But the fact that the SWAC has won the award the last 2 years, while never winning it before, lets me know that the people are paying attention what's going on in the SWAC, and they're going to have all eyeballs on the defenders in the SWAC. They're going to have another legit chance of winning this award, and there are plenty of guys who are going to be up for it. I think Aubrey Miller is a guy that by the end of the year, we could be seeing him hold the Buck Buchanan Award trophy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I feel like Aubrey Miller was snubbed from the Buck Buchanan Award watch list, but by the end of the season, I think he's going to be a finalist. My name is JeffLightsyJr with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. I will see you next time. Peace.